Describe the
Besides that,
overall,
good.
yeah, can you describe the overall mood of the team? Are they excited? Are they nervous? Are they anxious? How are they?
I think excited. I think they've been fired up for the last 2 days. Like they're like me. Let's play. Let's go. Let's do this. You know what I mean? That's kind of the feel right now.
What from watching tape, what stands out about Northwestern now that you've studied them here the whole week?
The two guards. I should know their name by heart now, but what's her name? Huh?
Burton.
Yeah, Burton, number 12, and number 10. I don't know her name. They're good. They're really, really good. They play really well together. Obviously, a very well coached team. I mean, he's in my opinion, a Hall of Fame coach. He's been coaching for a long time, and so they just do a good job. I think the game is. I mean, both of us press. Both of us play a matchup. Both of us limit people to score. I mean, we're number one in the country, and they're close in the top 5, 10. What?
98.
Oh, they're 98th. Ooh, well, okay, so it's really, but really good defensive team, and so it's going to be who can get defensive stops first thing, right? And then I think who can really go in transition. I mean, I think that's going to be really key to the game.
What stands out this week what has it been like? You mentioned you've been there forever, the whole week, a lot, obviously chatter going on with the weight and in the situation. What has it been like to be in a controlled environment, if you will?
I think it's taxing on everybody, not just us, but I mean, I think the hardest part is not being able to go outside and get sunshine, light, breathe, like nobody sits in the hotel room. I understand they have to do that. And we are down here in San Antonio, and it is jam-packed with people. There are people everywhere. It's spring break, so there's people here. The Final Four is here, so it's like they have to do it. I just think, I work out every day outside, and like we're outside a lot, and we literally go from, and they have to do this. I'm not knocking them. They have to do that. We literally go from our hotel room. We walk across the street to the bus. I mean, that's as much as outside as we can get. And then we go from the bus to the convention, and we're inside. And so it's like, and we're very, very, everything's really, really structured, which is really good and really necessary. I think just not being able to go outside is tough.
Does it allow? Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Coach, have you had a chance to practice on the court you're going to play on tomorrow?
Yeah, we practiced yesterday, which was good, and I like it. I like the facility at St. Mary's College or University. Yeah, I mean, and met the head coach there, and they had a nice practice gym and where we could stretch and warm up. And their gym is, perfect. It's like it's not this humongous dome. It's like a basketball gym, So and it's nice, and it's got. I mean, it's a nice place. Who can I compare it to? Like in our conference, it would be. Maybe a little bigger than Tulane's, but I love playing in Tulane's gym. It's not a lot of seats. It's closed in, so you don't feel like you're playing in this huge spacious place. And so shooting. I mean, we've been shooting really well, and I love the balls. The balls are great, but I think it's just really it's a nice facility. We're really lucky. I mean, I think USF has got to go all the way to Austin, and there's people playing in the Dome. I mean, the Dome probably sets it up as like, woo, it's the NCAA tournament. But honestly, I love this gym.
Have you talked to your veteran players, the few that were a part of the 19 team, to talk to the newcomers of what it's like to be in an NCAA tournament game and the nerves that come with it and everything that comes with it when you get on the court for in preparation for the game?
I kind of heard you. You went in and out.
Just talk about the experience with the veteran players. Like, how much have you talked to them about telling the newcomers what to expect in a tournament game?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really tell them to do that. They know to do that. It's really just Diamond and Moss. I mean, that's it, and Moss played the most. But we mentioned that during the scouting report how this is like, that's why I said I like it in this gym, because this gym is like not overwhelming and whoa, wow, right? I think everybody will be ready to play because we've spent a lot of time down here practicing and preparing. And I mean, we've prepared for one team for like, I feel like 8 days. It's been a long time, So I think that's a positive for us, being able to prepare that long and really detail it out and get our team ready.
Coach, I believe you said you heard from South Florida on Monday. Have you heard from any other coaches from around the conference?
Are you kidding me? Yes, absolutely. And obviously Jose and I have been talking the whole time while we're down here. He actually has to go to that Austin region, that's hard. I mean, they got to drive all the way down there, and I wished him luck tonight because he's playing tonight. I don't necessarily want to say all the coaches I've heard from, because then you're going to be like, you didn't hear from that coach, but I feel like we've all been really being supportive of each other, whether it's us in the NCAA tournament or us in the WNIT. I mean, I've been sending texts to people and people have been sending texts to me. And, that's what I like about our conference. I mean, we really support each other.
What stands out about Northwestern's defense that makes them so good? I know their coach said that watching you, they saw a lot of similarities there. What jumps out from their defense?
Well, it's something you never see often, just like you never see ours often, right? There's just the blizzard, and they scramble around those. I mean, the number 12 is top defensive player in the Big Ten. I mean, she gets a lot of steals, a lot of tips. She's like a diamond, she's like diamond in it. Like, she's very active. You got to pass fake, ball fake around her. And it's not a normal thing you see, and they're very active. They play super hard. They move around really quick. I mean, they've really bought into that. I mean, the only thing that may be different is that we have way more size than them, so we're going to try to, as best we can, exploit that.
Yeah, you mentioned at the outset a couple of things you feel like you need to do. Can you zero in on one or two things in your mind that you're thinking we have to play this way to be successful? We have to do this.
We have to control. Oh, I wish I knew their names. You have a piece of paper with their names on it. Because I hate just saying numbers. Just how my brain works. I just remember numbers. I mean, we have to control their three go-to players, but especially scoring wise, those two. And I told our team, they're phenomenal and they are really good, and they're probably the best two guards we're going to see compared to South Florida's got some really good guards, right? So we kind of try to compare them a little bit to Lindsay, a little bit to Jerkayla at Tulane. Like, she's phenomenal. She's athletic. Lindsay can pull up. Jerkayla can pull up. Lindsay will shoot threes, but she doesn't really. But she's super, just super tall, super, super good. And then Veronica, I mean, I compare a lot to Tani Valerio on my staff. Like, super fast, plays hard, doesn't quit, goes 100 miles an hour. I mean, she's offensive rebounding as a point guard. Like, she leads the team. Like, I mean, they're just really, really phenomenal players for them, and we have to control them. And then number 3 for them, which is
Sydney Wood.
Yes, Sydney. She does all the little stuff. I mean, she puts her head down. She drives to the basket. I mean, we got to keep them on the paint, especially her, and we got to box her out. So, I mean, those are their go-to players, and you guys know us, Steve and Eric, that's something we really take pride in controlling go-to players. So that's something we've been working on pretty much all week. And Nikisha Sales has been Lindsay pretty much all week. So that's a pretty good example of, somebody playing her, so it's been great to have Keish, and then Keish was hitting shots. I'm like, that's exactly how Lindsay is. Like, we got to guard her. So it's been great to have Keish, to be able to play her all week.
Coach, apologies if you talked about this a little bit earlier. Sorry for coming in a little bit late here, but just wanted to ask you a question about the defensive matchup between your two teams here. You guys have your zone look, and Northwestern has their sort of matchup zone thing that they call the blizzard, and the havoc that those two defenses create seems on tape to me to be very similar. How much would you compare your two defenses, and how much will it help you guys getting to go up against your own defense in practice and the havoc that you guys are able to create?
Yeah, I really wish it was our defense, Noah. It's not at all. It's so different. They scramble a little differently than us. Their 5-man never comes out, and our 5s and 4s move around and they come out. So theirs is more of a 2-3, 4 people on the perimeter moving really fast, and ours is a 1-2-2. So it's kind of different. I mean, they're bumping around up on top and jumping in passing lanes, and so what's really big for us is we gotta move the ball around, and we gotta reverse it. I mean, we're gonna use our bigs big time, kind of to exploit that, But theirs is more of a 2-3, and ours is more of a 3-2. So, and they're different. I mean, they're different. Just knowing how ours works compared to how theirs works. I mean, thank God I have really smart coaches because our coaches they've been playing it and they've been doing a phenomenal job, but otherwise I could have just my team play our matchup, but it's not the same. So, reversals, ball movement, getting it into the high post, there's just going to be a lot of, things detail wise we got to do to try to, score in the half court. Now, obviously in transition, both teams like to go in transition. So that's going to be something we got to do too.
Okay, so speaking about X's and O's, then with the way that they force turnovers in terms of the way they're able to jump passing lanes up top, you talk about that 2-3 and how much those guards can move up top, in terms of Veronica and Sydney. How do you guys stay out of those turnover situations where you give them their transition opportunities, their run out opportunities, in terms of the way that they can jump passing lanes and pick pockets up top?
Yeah, I mean, we got to pass fake and ball fake. I mean, because they're we can't have long passes. We're going to have to really spread them out. If they're going to be way up on us like that's something UCF likes. So if you're going to be up on us that tight, well, then we're going to back up. And now you got to guard us one-on-one, and we're super fast. We want to get to the rim. We want to do that. So if you're going to be on us, I mean, then we're going to have to really have great spacing, and we're going to have to really shorten our passes.
And then just one more, if I could, on the defensive end for you guys, this is a Northwestern team that has really had stretches where they've really struggled shooting the ball. Is this a scenario where you guys want to force them to take jump shots? Is it going to be sell out to keep them out of the paint? Yeah, I saw, just watching the game against USF. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to watch too many others of your guys' games, but it seemed like you guys really emphasized keeping them out of the lane. I'm just wondering, similar thing that you're going to do today.
Well, we do that, Noah, because their USF is a dribble drive team, so they try to get in the paint, and then they go in, and then they kick. I mean, it's just kind of the same thing, So thank God for USF that's kind of taught us how to play, like defend that 3 times, So now we kind of know how to defend that. We're and that's it, and it's a great example that you just said. I mean, we've been using that all week. Like this is pretty much playing USF again. They're going to try to dribble drive you. They're trying to get the paint. And it's Valerie or Veronica. Veronica's really good at that. She's really good at that. Obviously, she's probably one of the best point guards I've ever seen this year play and have to play against. She is good. Like I'm like that. She's special. She's special for them. She makes a lot happen, and so does Sydney. They make a lot happen in that paint. So we got to control their dribble drive. It's called dribble drive. They want to attack those elbows. They want to get in the paint and dribble drive and kick. And then they get you moving. They get you spread out. And then that's how they kind of get their shots.
Last one for Coach, if any.
Yeah. Coach Veronica Burton, she was the defensive player of the year as well. She's a great true-way player. What makes her such a great defensive player? We've talked about her offense, but she's a great defensive player.
Well, me, I'm all about mindset. She's tough. I like, how a lot of people want Diamond. I love her too. Like, I'll take her and Diamond together. She's just tough and in great shape. She is in phenomenal shape. So you could be tough, but not have that motor. I mean, you could just tell she's just in great shape. And if you're physically fit, you're mentally tough, and she's tough, right? So put those two together, it's like her and Diamond. Like they're both like have that kind of basketball toughness, because if you can keep those two on the floor the whole game, they're impossible to stop because they're such phenomenal shape.
Okay, thanks everybody. We're gonna have Masani Kaba in just a minute.